Welcome everyone, I'm Matty the Hero, and today we'll be looking at the open-world side-action adventure third-person shooter video game Watch Dogs. The game was developed by Ubisoft Montreal and published by Ubisoft, which is the long way of saying it was made by Ubisoft. It was released worldwide on the 27th of May in 2014 for Windows, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360 and Xbox One. It was also released for the Wii U in November, but let's be honest, nobody cares about the Wii U. The game is set in a fictionalized Chicago. Story. The game follows the fixer Aiden Pierce on his way for vendetta against an unknown enemy. Why is he on a quest for vendetta? You didn't ask, but I'm gonna answer anyway. Well, dear viewer, it is because he got himself into some deep water and kinda have killed his niece. Now, sure, all he have with is trying to be a good uncle and taking her on a trip. But if you're a fixer, especially his caliber, you don't really have the privilege of trying to be a good uncle. Obligatory check your privilege, Joe. Right. Well then. On his way to avenging his niece, he meets up and gets helped by the likes of Clara Lil, tattooed catfish hacker, and T-Bone, also known as Raymond Kenny, the deadbeat dad of the CTOS. Gameplay. Once again, this game is an open world game, meaning that you can explore freely most of Chicago. Travel zone is done on 3 fronts, as you can go on foot, use a car or a motorcycle, or go with a boat. Seeing that a major part of the game is hacking, let's move on to that, shall we? Well, it's not too complicated. You press X/square to activate your phone, and once in there, by aiming at certain objects, you can hack them by holding X/square. There is also a hacking minigame you play when hacking through firewalls. The difficulty is changeable and goes from easy to hard. The game tried to be realistic, so be sure not to be stupid like me and run out to whomever you want to take out, because you will get shot. Now I could praise the realism all I want, but I'd lie to you more than I lie to myself, because I don't like games putting realism before being fun. It's also the reason I dislike most survival games. But so, why do I dislike the realism in this game then? Well, dying fast is one thing, but really I kind of like that. What I don't like, however, is that the cars are more land boats than actual cars. Might not pro at all, but still good advice. Use motorcycles. They blow up fast, but at least you can kinda control them. Now that I'm done with being negative, what do I like then? Well, this also concerns realism. But I like how if people see you committing a crime or carrying a visible firearm, they will call the cops. What I like more is that then you can choose how you want to stop them from alerting the cops. Do I want to shoot an innocent bystander because they committed such heinous crimes like seeing me take out a viceroy? Or do I want to be a good guy and just turn their phone off remotely? It's up to you, whether the vigilante known as Sting, the vigilante known as Fox, is perceived as Broken's Batman to the rescue or a tough-taking against rival gangs. Aiden also has bullet time abilities that the game calls Focus. If you've used it, it refills over time, and if you feel like what you already have isn't enough, you can buy drinks, beer, soda, coffee, water, to increase your focus bar temporarily. Small bits I also liked are stuff like digital trips, and that you can play music while out of a vehicle. Visuals. The game looks fine, though not as fine as promised, but seeing how Aiden didn't buy this game day 1, I couldn't care less. Because, you know what, still call it pretty. Sounds. Okay, so the sound effects are alright. The music on the other hand, well, it's mostly trash. Alright, it has Scream going for it, but it feels like they built a soundtrack based on that one song. Because take that one out and what else does it have going for it? Day and Night by Kid Cudi, Private Eye by the Alkaline Trio. And I'm only saying songs I actually kinda remember. Conclusion. So in the end, what do I think about the game? What is a score that it would deserve? I mean, the game's not that bad, but that's the thing. It's a bit shifting towards painfully mediocre. So really, how is it? I'd say it's worthy of a 6 out of 10. I hope you enjoyed this video. Goodbye.